In this video, I'm going to try to go over the entire review for the test, the detailed version, where a lot of the questions on the test are going to be similar. I'll try to do it under 10 minutes, and we'll go through each question. So number one, it says, which 2 points lie on the line closest to 0? So if you look here, you can definitely see that LJ make a slope of 0, so that's the correct answer, LJ. Which 2 points are undefined? Undefined is vertical. HD is undefined. On the test, they won't be exactly 0 undefined. You'll have to find the one that's, or the 2 points that are closest. Number 3, which equation could be a vertical line? You know vertical is going to be an x equals or y equals, so you can cross out these two. And y equals is horizontal, so the correct answer is D, x equals 5. Number 4, which line segments have a slope of 0? So very simply, if you look here, this has a slope of 0, so the answer is CD. Which line segments have a positive slope? So we're looking for puff positive, and that would be this line segment here, which is BC. So that is a positive slope. Number 5, identify the slope and the y-intercept from the line given the equation. So we know that slope in mx plus b is your m, and your b value is your y-intercept. So very simply, your slope here is -1, and your y-intercept is your b, which is -8. Moving on, number 6 is more of the same. However, don't get this wrong on the test. Just because there's no b value shown, to assume that's 0, so the slope is 8, and the b value is, or the y-intercept is 0. So slope, y-intercept. Number 7 is probably the easiest because there's numbers in both positions. This is slope, this is y-intercept, 6 and -9. Now, if you go back to a previous video, I've done this question 8 and 9 all the way through for you. So I'll just briefly show it to you, done out for you already. So here, -2 times -3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 0 times -3 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And -3 times 1 is -3, plus 1 is -2. Make those into coordinates, graph your coordinates. Remember, the x tells you how much to go left and right, so I'm going to go left -2, and then up 7, left to right 0, up 1, and then right 1, down 2. And then that makes my straight line. If your points aren't straight, you did something wrong. You need to go back and check that. Number 10, you'll see one like this on the test. However, the one on the test gives you multiple choice, so you can reason a little bit better. When you write this equation, you need the slope. So the slope here is up 1 over 2. You also need the y-intercept, and this is what makes this one hard because the line does not cross the y-axis. But you can reason backwards, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. And that will bring you to the point here, which is -1. So now you could write the equation as y equals 1/2 x minus 1. Number 11, there's also a video that was posted today that's very similar to this. The x and y intercepts. The x-intercept here is -1, and the y-intercept, it crosses the y-axis at -2. So if I write my answer here, y-axis, y-intercept -2, x-axis, x-intercept -1. Continuing the review to number 12. Also, there will be a video online today that's very similar to this. So the first one, you want to draw a line that has half the slope and the same y-intercept. So right now the slope's 4, so half of 4 is 2. And the y-intercept's going to stay the same at -6. So that's why I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. The next one says just increase the y-intercept by 2, but keep the slope the same. So this is a steep line as it is, but if you increase it by 2, the y-intercept, you're at -4. And so you can see here, the line is from -4 up 4 over 1. Number 13 is the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. Be careful with number 13. A lot of people get this confused when they do their 7 minus 2, that's 5. But here, -2 minus -12 is plus a positive 12, which is 10. And 5 halves, you can reduce that to 1 half. If it's an improper fraction in simplest form, just leave it improper because we're dealing with a slope. Number 14 and 15 is some graphing. 14 is an example of a vertical line, so it goes like this. 15 is an example of one that has no y-intercept, so it goes plus 0. So you start at 0. This is how you move your m, so it goes up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and that gives you a line that looks like that. Number 16, if you turn to the last page, again, graphing, this is your beginning, this is how you move. Put a dot at 1, and then you go down 6, and then right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when doing this one thing to really pay attention to once you graph your equations is that does your answer make sense? Because this is a negative slope, so this should be going down from left to right, nice negative. If you look at it as positive, you went the wrong way because it's down 6, right 5. A lot of people go down 6 and left 5, and now your slope's positive. 17 and 18, write in the equation. For each of these, you need your m and your b, your m and your b. And then you can write the y equals mx plus b equation. So here, your b value is -4. Here, your b value is 1. That's your beginning. So now to find slopes, you need pretty points. Be careful, this pretty points doesn't happen till right there, which is 3 over 5. And this pretty point, there's many of them. A lot of people will just write 2 over 1, but the correct answer is -2 over 1. Once you put that together, you can write your equation. So it's y equals 3/5 x minus 4, and y equals -2x plus 1. Again, this is your mx plus b, slope of -2, x plus the b value of 1. Number 19 and 20 is writing equations given either a point and slope or 2 points. For this one, it's pretty simple because you only have one x, one y, and an m. So you write the formula out, mx plus b, and then from here, you're going to plug in what you know, which is -5 equals 4. No, excuse me, -2 is your slope, and then x is 4 plus b. When you multiply that out, that gives you right here, sorry about that. So -5, and again, -2 times 4 is -8, plus 8 on both sides, you get 3. Now combining your m and b, you can write the equation y equals -2x, that's your slope, plus b. Number 20 takes a little bit more effort. As you can see here, I found the slope of the 2 points, keeping in mind that 2 minus -4 is plus a positive 4, which is 6 over 3, which is 2. I chose this one because I felt that it was a little easier because this one had a positive y and one negative. This one had 2 negatives. X, y, m, plug it in, multiply, you get -8, add 8 on both sides, you get positive 10. And then you use your m and your b, and you plug it in to write the full equation of y equals 2x, slope times x, plus 10, the y-intercept. I hope this review for the test has helped, and that you do well on the test, and that will make me very happy.